WBLS, we are celebrating Women's History Month. What's up? It's your girl, Just Nick. And today we're welcoming a true Queens legend. Okay, she stepped on the mic at just 14 years old, y'all. I am talking about the one, the only, representing Queensbridge, Roxanne's Revenge. Roxanne Shanté is here.
I like that. That's good. That was really good. I enjoyed that one.
Thank you. And of course, I have my partner in crime, the legendary, the one and only cool DJ Red Alert.
Nick, you know what's going on. Hi, Shawnee.
Hey, you.
Yes. Nick, we all, I mean, that's a nickname that she had got from everybody. You know, it's Shanté, but we all call her Shawnee.
That's
right.
You
don't mind, right?
That's right. If you're close enough to me, that's what you could call me.
That part. Well, listen, first of all, kudos to you on everything that you've contributed to the culture. We celebrate you. We salute you during Women's Month, Women's History Month. Being that we're both from Queens, I grew up in Left Rack City.
Oh, okay.
Over in Corona.
Yeah, that's where we thought rich people lived. We was like, oh, they rich. They live in Left Rack.
I wish. Okay, it looked different now.
Yeah.
The last time I went, they had like these little robots on, just going throughout the vicinity. Yeah, I was like...
Well, yeah, the malls and everything is like totally different. It's like a whole different city there.
Yes, the parks had swings.
Yeah.
I was like, swings?
Yeah, it's back now, baby.
Yes. So when you look back at those early days in Queensbridge, did you realize that the borough was about to shape hip-hop the way it did?
I always knew that Queens was going to do incredible things. I mean, when we think about Run DMC, people can talk about the fact that hip-hop started in the Bronx and everything else, but when you look at it, Queens had a way of perfecting the things that we come across, and one of the things was definitely hip-hop. So when you look at all of the different rappers that come from Queens, of course, I knew that we were going to make our mark, whether it was in fashion, whether it was in dancing, whether it was in MCing, we were going to be there. We were going to do it,
Queens get the money. Hello.
Absolutely. Only place where there's airports.
So I found out that you are being honored in a new way.
Yes.
With this tribute, bringing the Juice Crew back together. Shout out to RZA.
Yes.
So how did you feel when you found out that was happening?
It was incredible to me because this is the first time that any rapper, male or female, has had an entire album made about them from other rappers. So it's another one of the firsts for Roxanne Shanté. And for it to be my Juice Crew brothers and along with other guests, it was just incredible for me. I remember when they first told me about it, literally, they had the project completed, and then they was like, the last thing missing is you. And I was like, me? And I was like, well, we're going to hear the project, and they started playing the songs for me. And when they started playing the songs, I was like, hold up, this song's about me.
Wow.
Wait, this song's about me. This song's about me. And then they were like, yeah, the album is. And so once I realized that that's what it was, I was already happy about a Juice Crew album, but to have one that was fully dedicated to Roxanne Shanté, and you have some of the greatest MCs in the world, together on this project, it was amazing to me.
I love that.
And I was honored.
Nick, I got to say one thing. The Juice Crew was something different from the ordinary. They stand out. Each and every individual in the Juice Crew has stand out on their own and brought something to the table. And that had a mean collaboration. So, big and kudos to all y'all, Johnny.
Thank you. I tell everybody that we're like superheroes and we were like the super friends, and so everybody is a superhero on their own, but then together and collectively, we are the super friends. So it can be an incredible power when you get it together like that. So I thank you for saying that.
Well, okay, Transformers.
And, yeah.
Come on. So back in the day, right, radio...
Yes.
Especially New York radio meant everything, right? Stations like BLS, Hot 97, LIB helped break records, and it really moved the culture. What role did New York play in building the early Juice Crew days?
Everything. If it wasn't for Super Rock and Mr. Magic and it wasn't for the Rap Attack, the Juice Crew wouldn't be who they are today. It was because the Juice Crew, one of our secret powers was the radio. And because we had Super Rock and Mr. Magic, who was like literally the voice of hip hop at that time. And he was the reason why a lot of hip hop records and rap records and even rap DJs were able to get on the air because of him.
He gave me a job.
Talk
Okay,
about it, Red.
all right, you better tell him. And so, we're the Juice Crew because he was Sir Juice. and we were his crew. So that's why we became the Juice Crew after Sir Juice.
I love that.
Yes.
I love that.
Well, it actually all comes from, and we would be remiss in saying this, it all comes from the fever. So it comes from Sal Abatello, because he was the original Juice Crew, and they all had rings. And I happened to be one of the last members to get a Juice Crew ring.
Wow.
But that has its own history to it. Like, in order to earn a Juice Crew ring, there were so many things you had to
Shani,
do in the community.
give Nick the members of the original Juice Crew. Some people don't know about that.
Let's go.
Okay, so the original, you mean besides our Juice Crew, you're talking about the one from the Fever?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, so there's Curtis Blow, Mr. Magic, Sal Abatello, Sweetie G. I think that's it. That's the ones that I remember. Oh, wait, Love Bug Starsky.
Right. Uh-huh.
Love Bug Starsky. Did Star Child get a ring?
I don't know if Star got
Junebug. I know Junebug.
Oh, yeah, rest in peace, Junebug.
Rest in peace, Junebug. And so in order to get one of these rings, there were things you had to do in the community. You had to do bus rides. You had to pay for funerals. You had to help people with their rent. Like, this wasn't just a ring that was just given out to anybody. This wasn't a ring that any hustler could earn. There was certain things that came behind this in order to earn one. So I was truly honored when I happened to be one of the last members to get a Juice Crew ring, which was also placed inside of the Museum of Modern Art.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do it.
Nice.
Yeah, like if we're gonna do it, let's do it.
Let's
big.
do it big. Let's do it right. Okay, we got to archive that, and I absolutely love that for you.
Thank you.
You were just 14 years old when you started, though.
Yes.
And I've seen your movie, which was amazing, by the way.
Thank you.
I mean, how hard was it as a female? Because, even till today, it's very hard for us in spaces where it's predominantly male oriented or driven. How hard was it for you to when you finally got that ring, cementing everything? How hard was that journey for you?
For me, the journey was a little different because I didn't come in as a female MC. I came in as a great MC. And so coming in as a great MC, they didn't give that name, they didn't give that title to it until after I came along. Because before that, you never heard them say female MC.
Right.
They were like, listen, we got to figure out a title. Like, we can't let you be the best MC, but you are the best female MC ever, literally. Like, that's what they titled it. So before me, they never said female MC.
Wow.
They didn't, because they didn't see them as a threat. They didn't see them as someone that went out there to battle. They didn't see them as being someone that was able to make a lot of money or the potential for making money like they do now. So that's where that title came from. But I came in just to be a great MC. Like, if you think about some of my battle days didn't really consist of female rappers. Even though everyone wanted to be a Roxanne, there was only one Roxanne Shanté. So there wasn't a lot of competition for me in that circle. So I really always battled men and always went after who I felt was the best, because hip-hop was a sport. Before it was anything else, hip-hop was a sport. And in order to be the best, you had to beat the best. And, at that time, the best were usually the men.
I love it. Come on, competitive energy right there. That's
Absolutely.
right up my alley, okay?
Yes.
And you were the blueprint for a lot of the female artists that we have today. So who was some of the people you looked up to? Were you looking at like R&B singers, women-wise, or just the male rappers?
For me, my influence and the reason why I became a rapper, or what I would like to call a wordsmith, was from Nipsey Russell. Nipsey Russell was a comedian who had the ability to make words rhyme at any time. So for me, I call it the Nipsey Russell syndrome, which gave me the edge, especially being a competitor, as we were just talking about. It gave me the edge to be able to make words rhyme at any time. It was very good whenever it was a battle, because they couldn't keep up with me.
Yes. Come on. Well, speaking of battle, there was a lot of battles going on. Red... between Red and Juice Crew.
Yes.
You want to talk about that?
Well, it all started with me and Mr. Magic, because when I was working down the dial, 98.7 Kiss FM, and, first he went after my cousin, the original DJ Jazzy J, and then when I came in, he started going after me. And, it was like a back and forth thing. But one thing I could say in respect, we always kept it professional.
Yes.
We always kept it level. And even if it came to a time when it came to the Roxanne era, here it is, that Roxanne was being represented by either Shannon, her DJ, or Marty. And who I represented for another female by the name of Sparky D.
Yes.
We was always on the road together.
Yes.
always on the road together. Now, it's a competition, but we looked out for each other because, you out in New York, you got to hold yourself tight, and that's what we did. So, yeah, I mean, competitive, what can you say? But it kept you on your toes.
All the time.
I love that. I love that. And the reason I asked that is because when you think about the beefs today, it's a lot different. It's a lot harsher. We lose people in the midst of it. And so, what would you say to the rappers of today who have taken that and just made it their own thing, but in a negative way?
Well, we're going to have a lot of things that are taken in negative ways today because we're dealing with an entirely different generation. So it's not the same as it was when we were growing up. See, we wanted to make records. We wanted to get things on wax. Now, everything being so independent, there is no one for them to run it by. Now, literally, you do it in your house, you can just put it out. Before, when we made records, they still went through a little scrutinizing. There were certain levels that you had to go to before we even put it on the air. And then you got to also think about it. Now, the air is in everybody's hands. So anything anyone wants to say now, they can just put it out. And I think that is what has changed it as far as battles go, because there's someone to say, hey, hold up, I don't think you should do that. There is no one there. There's no gatekeeper. There is no lock to that gate no more. So now they're able to just do it freely. So now that they're able to do it freely, that's the reason why we have so much out there, whether it's good or bad. But that's the reason why we have so much out there now, is because everyone is walking around with airwaves in their hand. So anybody can hear it. So for me, I say the beef doesn't necessarily come from the artists themselves, because you'll find that a lot of artists are just making up artistry. They're just making these things up as they go along. That's not how they really live.
Right.
But a fan does not know that. So a fan does not know that. So now these beefs start with the fans, and then it starts in the comments, because a lot of things that take place in the streets started in the comment section.
You hitting on all of it, honey. All points right now. Those are facts. I used to mentor this rapper when I was in Alabama, and he went to a very nice school. All the kids knew him. He was like a gamer. And then his music came out, and he was talking about shoot 'em up, kill, kill, kill. And I remember doing an interview, and I was like, are you sure this is the route you want to go? Because once you start that way, that's how people see you. You can't go no other way. And from there, it just took a turn where that eventually became his lifestyle, the lifestyle he was rapping about, which was nothing like what he grew up doing. So I'm so happy you pointed that out, because a lot of people are just paper gangsters and things like that. Yeah. Well, I feel like it's very important for these new artists to know the people who came before them.
Absolutely.
You definitely don't see that in certain people. But shout out to the ones that do, because there are some great rappers out there who know about Roxanne Shanté, Salt and Pep and all, and everyone who came before. So kudos. Kudos to you. So for this project, tell me more about it. How can people support? We putting on. This is a dope compilation.
I love it. It's 36 chambers. It's 36 chamber project. So you can go to anything 36 chambers and you'll be able to find the Juice Crew album. And one of the things about the album is it also not only just shows the talent that everyone still has, but it shows the ability of a crew, a long-lasting crew that still stays together. And I think that's what we wanted to show. We wanted to be able to say, okay, listen, everybody can still come together. And even though I'm the topic of the project, seeing my hip-hop brothers come together is just incredible for me, because we have so many crews that could be great, but they separate. You have so many people and so many groups that come together and then they separate. And what we do is we show the longevity of everyone can be an individual star. Never lose your individualism. Make sure that you understand that everyone can be a star, but together you shine even brighter.
There's room for everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just had Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis here.
Yeah, I'm going to go see them in Vegas. Yeah.
Girl, me too. Because what?
Yeah.
They said they're going to do like 40 to 50 hits. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm there.
Absolutely. I just did it with Babyface, and it was incredible. Like, I'm in the crowd. I act up. Like, all on my Instagram, you see me, I sing till they can't sing no more.
That part.
But look at that. We jumped from hip-hop to Jimmy Jam to Terry Lewis. Yes, we did. Yes,
Speaking
we
of
did.
that, Shawnee, I got to ask a question. What was it like when you was working with the late, great Rick James?
Oh, incredible. I think, I can't say that every young lady should have the experience with Rick, because I don't think everybody's a Roxanne Shanté, so they probably couldn't handle Rick. But the thing about it was, when I tell you that is something that I take a lot of pride in, being able to be at his house, The Joint, and being able to make Loosey's rap, and being the artist that gave Rick James his last #1 hit on Billboard. was with me. So
Nice.
I take a lot of pride in that. Loosey, what you doing? What you doing, Red? Got me over here singing songs like that. And the 40 years, 45-year-old songs.
Hey, the audience need to know that you got deep into this more than what people thought of you. So they got to know
Absolutely.
all the certain things that took place within your career. I'm glad that you opened up about that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. There's a lot of things about Roxanne Shanté that people don't necessarily know. I mean, we had to tone things down in the movie because we didn't think that the world was really ready for everything. But now, since they're getting ready to do a second part of the movie, which is business movie, you're really going to be able to see some other things that took place with Roxanne Shanté. So I'm so looking forward to Fame coming out. That's the Bismarcky movie. Produced, written, and directed by Master Cool V. So
Let's
that's
go.
so that's coming
Cool
out. So
V, that's my guy.
yeah, that's amazing. I wish I had it with me, Zaka. It's amazing, amazing,
I
amazing,
can't wait.
amazing.
And we need to continue to tell these stories.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Yes, and we need to tell them properly, and it needs to be told by the people who are still here to tell it.
Uh-oh. Red was talking about that not too long ago.
Yeah, that's the
so
only way it's going to be
you
told
hitting on
properly
it.
is if you tell it yourself. And if you don't tell it yourself, at least someone that was there to tell it. Otherwise, it gets fabricated, it gets made up, and then it gets washed away.
Yeah.
Mind
you
you,
don't
the
want
record
that.
Big Mouth. That whole darn story just been turned around.
Yes, it has. And they will do it.
That's beautiful.
And you can pick actors that look like the people.
that part. Well, who would you pick to play you?
Shantae Adams would play me, and now my daughter plays me in the Biz movie.
Oh, come on.
Yes,
I love that.
yes,
That's
yes.
perfect.
Yeah, like who's a better Shantae than Shantae's?
that part.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's kind of like what they're doing with this Michael and his nephew and everything. He looked just like Michael.
there you go. That's
here
what I'm
for it.
talking about. Keep it in the house.
That part. Roxanne Shanté,
Yes,
you are
sweetie.
just amazing, honey.
you.
Giving you your flowers times 10. I hope you soak it all in. Congratulations on
Thank
your
you.
the accolades, your awards.
Yes.
How was that?
Yeah, receiving a Lifetime Grammy was incredible. You know, a lot of people say, well, you know, you don't really talk too much about it. I think for me, it's still unreal. It's still so surreal. Like the latter part of my life, the life that I live now, is really what dreams are made of. You
And
know,
also kudos for what you received last year actually, for the Paid in Full Foundation.
absolutely, that's right. I am a grandmaster of Paid in Full.
Wow.
Yes, yes, and it just doesn't stop. It
Yeah.
just doesn't stop.
Well, is it all coming together now? Because a lot of times when you're younger, you're hungry, you're trying to get out there and you want things to move a certain way and it doesn't. And then time goes by and then you get the flowers later and you're like, you know what? It makes sense now of why I didn't get it then.
I think what it is a fact of life, and this is a law of the universe. Anything that you chase is going to run from you because you're going to be picking up speed with the wind. So if you're chasing a piece of paper, the piece of paper is going to pick up the speed of the wind because you're running.
Oh, that's
and
my
you're
kinda
running
talk.
towards it. So as you're running towards it, it's going to get away from you. But if you stop and you stand still
Yes.
and you walk slow, you can walk right up on it and you can get it all.
Girl, that's so
and I
good.
think that's what has happened for
That's so
me
good.
now.
Wait,
How
say
you
say it one more time, because I need to let my brain soak this in. You said anything you chase
Yes.
will run away from you.
Right, because you're picking up the speed of the wind. So as you're running, say you're looking for a piece of paper, and this right here is a scientific fact. You're going to build up the wind, and it's going to blow the paper. That's why when you see people running after a hat or running after money that they drop on the floor or a
Yes.
piece of paper, it's because you're making more wind.
Come on.
Where if you just stop, walk slow, walk
You're
up
such
on
a
it,
wordsmith.
you can
girl.
get everything.
I love that. We're going to have to use that for the
Nice.
daily affirmation or something, girl.
Nice.
I love that. I'm going to take that and marinate on it later.
Absolutely.
That's so good. It's so good. Listen, we could talk to you all day for sure. I know you got to get out of here. What is one thing that people can look forward to with Roxanne Shanté in the future, in the near future?
One woman show opening up at the Apollo.
Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so just look forward to that and come and spend a night with me because I'm doing it for one night only. And we just decided to surprise people with the tickets because we didn't want to, like last time we did it, we were thinking about like doing it, then everyone wanted to sell out in a matter of minutes. And we just thought that that wasn't fair. So we wanted
Right.
to make sure that everybody would be able to do it. So we're going to do it just from the booth. One night only.
Hey, Shani, I got that question to ask. Now
Hit me
that
with
it's
it.
getting warm, and you going to do some more events in front of the brownstone like you did?
Absolutely. I'm a real people person. And if I get some good food in my body, I like to party. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to do it again.
That is so clever and so different. And big up to everybody who put that together. Because when I saw you had done that, I like, yeah, that's a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes I got to show the people what I can still do.
That part.
And being one-on-one with them.
Yes, absolutely.
I love it. Well, that's a beautiful place to wrap.
Thank you.
Roxanne Shanté, we salute you
Thank
this
you.
Women's History Month from WBLS. Thank you for stopping by. Red Alerts.
Yes.
That's a wrap.
I appreciate you.
Okay.
I love
Okay.
it.
Shawnee, you take care. All the best to you and the family.
You too.